you guys, and welcome back to Mystical Visions. So, today's video is for those of you who are feeling a little bit chaotic, a little bit like your world is in flux, okay? Because today we are taking a look at what's going on, some clarity in the chaos that is going on in your life. So, as always, I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards for you. For pile one, we have this amethyst. Pile two is this opalite moon. And for pile three, we have jade. So today we're going to take a look at what's going on, if there's a lesson here, what the lesson is, why this is happening, as well as some clarity and almost an affirmation of sorts that you can repeat to yourself constantly to help you get through this. So as always, I am going to give you guys some time with these three stacks of cards. Go ahead and see which one calls to you intuitively. Timestamps, as always, are in the video description below. If you like this video, if you resonate with the reading, please do remember to like and subscribe. Comment below how this resonated for you. And yeah, without much further ado, I'll see you at your reading. Pile two, hello. So if you guys chose the amethyst crystal, then this is your reading. Welcome. So today we are going to take a look at the chaos that may be going on in your life and why it's here, what's going on, what the lesson is, and so on. So as always, I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards. These cards over here are going to tell us what's going on and why this is happening, as well as with this card, we'll take a look at the lesson in all of this. Then we'll take a look at your next steps, any advice on what you should do next in order to bring a little bit of calm to the situation. This card will give us an affirmation that you can repeat to yourself constantly. And then with this card, we'll take a look at any advice. So with your cards, when I was shuffling them, I just wanted to say your cards kept like rolling over. Like normally when I shuffle, the cards just kind of flip and they kind of land. But these guys, as I was shuffling them, they wanted to like roll over and then roll off the deck. So it could be that whatever you're going through didn't happen suddenly. It kind of happened gradually over time. But then all of a sudden it kind of like snowballed and built up. I just thought I'd put that out there. So without much further ado, let's get into it. What's going on and why? So the first two cards we have are Temperance in reverse. And that's clarified by the moon. Ooh, both major arcana. Very interesting. So Temperance and the moon. This is Sagittarius and Cancer energy. So Temperance is all about balance and not just balance, but dynamic balance. So it's the kind of balance that is constantly in motion. And that's shown in this deck by this goddess who has so many different hands that are doing so many different things, but she's still calm and balanced within herself. So that's in reverse, clarified by the moon, which is ironic because the moon is like a lack of clarity. So between these two, I do feel like there is a sense of things are out of balance, but they're not moving very quickly. It's like you almost feel like you're caught in a limbo, like you're caught in the in-between. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting. But we don't really have any clarity yet. Clearly the moon is here, so let's take a look at your next cards. We have the Page of Swords in reverse. And that's clarified by the Queen of Cups. Okay, I think I understand what's going on here. It feels like there are some emotions that want to come out, but you're sort of keeping them repressed. Because with the Page of Swords in reverse, the Page of Swords is someone who is getting started on an intellectual venture. This is someone who is getting started on a journey of the mind. And that's in reverse, to be clarified, by the Queen of Cups, which is the only Cups card with the cup covered. And so that kind of shows the Queen of Cups isn't very forthcoming with her emotions. So with these two together, it kind of tells me that usually you're probably the kind of person who deals with emotions by overly intellectualizing them. Like, you don't enjoy feeling your feelings, you kind of just think them and then process them mentally, and then eventually they just go away. But it feels like you're in a situation right now where these feelings are not something you can intellectualize. It's like you can't think your feelings away for once. And because of that, you're resorting to kind of keeping them buried, keeping them deep, deep, deep inside you because they don't make sense to you yet. Okay, so maybe that's why we don't have any clarity, is because you don't allow yourself to process emotions without like trying to almost like put them in a spreadsheet. Do you know what I mean? Like that feeling of, can I turn this very abstract concept into maps and then I'll understand it? It's kind of like that. So maybe the chaos is all the repressed feelings that, okay, maybe that's why we had that snowballing analogy earlier, is because you kind of pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it and pushed it, and all these feelings have kind of been like gathering deep inside you, and now it's like maybe now your life is quite calm, and as a result there's this like inner turmoil. So it kind of gives me the feeling of, they say children, toddlers especially, they'll have the nicest time outside. They'll be jovial and energetic, and the second they see their mum, suddenly it is tears and screaming and wanting attention, wanting help, wanting comfort. And it's like, whoa, you were fine 2 seconds ago. And what's happening is, because they feel safe with that mum, because they feel nurtured and they feel like it's a safe space, they feel like they can express all the fears that they had been hiding all day, that they'd been suppressing. And so with you, it kind of feels like you are now in such a safe space that all these old fears that you felt like you had to hide, you couldn't express, you couldn't share, now they feel safe enough to come out. And so that's kind of what's going on. But it may be that that's why you're not able to intellectualize them, because in the past you were able to quickly think your way out of the immediate danger, but you didn't realize the deeper rooted stuff was getting pushed down and piling on. And so maybe the chaos isn't so external, but it is more internal, right? And then we have the Three of Cups in reverse, clarified by, the Four of Swords. There we go. That's literally what I just said. So the Three of Cups is about celebration, about being extroverted, being outside with your girlies and having a few drinks. And the opposite of that would obviously be being a little less enthusiastic about, fun times and not wanting to do so much, not feeling that excitement to celebrate, even though your life right now may be doing so much better than it was. It's almost like you don't feel like you want to celebrate it. You don't feel like you have that spark in you. And it's literally only because this is a time of calmness that is necessary for you, so that these repressed emotions can come out, so that all the stuff that you've been piling on has a moment to sort of step out in a safe space. So I think these cards are here just to remind you that it's okay to not be like super on it right now, super happy and excited and, dramatic about everything right now. That's completely fine, because this calm space that you've managed to create around yourself after a lot of work, I'd imagine, this calm is here to hold you while you let out all the drama that's been going on inside, right? So what's the lesson here? Yeah, we have birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Now, this could be literal in that you could be someone who does creative work, and you might be in the process of creating something new, something you've never done before, something the world has never seen before. In which case, oh my goodness, I can't wait to see what you come up with. But it could also very well be you stepping into a new cycle, and maybe that's why it's so chaotic in your mind right now. It's like you're literally birthing a new version of yourself. And so maybe this isn't even about um, being high or low energy, because all your energy is going into creating this new version of yourself. And with the moon here, it's like you don't quite understand why, but again, it's like you're not supposed to understand it. You're not supposed to intellectualize it. You're simply supposed to allow it. Allow it to come out, allow it to flow through you, and give yourself the time and space and the rest that you clearly need, because this is hard work. You're like creating yourself from scratch. And it's not surprising you feel exhausted and you feel drained and, all of that. And I think birthing a new version of yourself is also tied into letting go of an older version of yourself. And that is hard. Okay. Don't let anyone tell you that that's easy, because oh my goodness, it's the hardest thing you'll ever do. It's like we get used to seeing ourselves in a certain way, and then when that's taken away from us, we're like, whoa, where do we go from here? Right? So it is a tough time, and I feel like the moral here, the lesson here is to just give yourself grace, give yourself time, give yourself the permission to let these difficult feelings out, even though you feel like they are not warranted because your life is going so well right now. It's not that you're going back into old patterns. It is just that you feel safe enough now that the older stuff can come out and be released. Okay? So that may be that chaos that's going on inside of you right now. Okay, so now that we understand what's going on, let's take a look at what you should be doing next. What are the best next steps for you? So to start, we have the Two of Wands in reverse. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Clarified by the High Priestess, which is also a 2 card, by the way. So, interesting. Two of Wands in reverse and the High Priestess. The Two of Wands upright is about someone who has their eye on the future. In this deck, it's also someone who has their eye on the past. So this is a two-headed character who is like one face facing the past and one face facing the future. And with that in mind, they're stepping up into the present. But in reverse, this card to me says you are right now, you're being called to stay grounded, to stay put. And with the High Priestess as well, to stay within your inner world, to maybe expand your inner world, maybe take up things like meditation or learn a new spiritual skill. Maybe try astral projection, maybe try past life regressions, something that will connect you to your higher self and keep you grounded in the present moment, because there might be a tendency to sort of bypass the present moment by being almost obsessive with your past and your future. So right now, you're very much being encouraged to stay present, to take each day as it comes, to not worry so much about who you used to be or who you are turning into, or, what's going on in this situation, what your mind is doing, what your heart is doing. Don't worry about all of that. I know that's easier said than done, and I hate it when people tell me not to worry. I get it. But I've found over time that if I can train myself to just take that worry and put it down for a moment, just put it aside. It's fine. It's fine. It's over there. If I want to go back and get it, it's just a block, and it's sat there, and I can go back to it whenever I want to. But just for a moment, I'm going to let it sit there and just let it be there. It's not going anywhere. It's just there. And I feel like once you can start to sort of train yourself to do this, it kind of becomes easier to be a little more present, a little less afraid of the current moment, a little less afraid of the chaos that's going on around and within you. But yeah, it feels like there's a lot of anxieties here about what's happening, where your life is going, all of that. It's okay. It's okay. It is completely normal to be anxious when you don't know what's going on. But you don't need to know, because if you needed to know, you would know. And so I don't think the issue here is a lack of information. I think you have all the information you need. The issue here is learning how to process that information. Will you learn and grow from it? Will you absorb the lessons and make them part of the fabric of your being? Will you ignore it completely? Hopefully not. But in either case, the point is to stay in the present moment, because that is where you are most needed. Next advice we have, is the Chariot in reverse. Another Cancer card. Very interesting. And that's clarified by the 5 of Wands. Yeah, okay. So I keep hearing stand and fight, stand and fight, stand and fight. So the Chariot upright is someone who has a sense of direction and speed. This is someone who is so successful, and they are moving fast, and they have everything they need. They are guided by both their light and shadow aspects, and they are fully in control. To have that in reverse kind of tells me, one, it's time to slow down, right? It is time to, wow, there's a lot of noise outside. I'm so sorry, guys. But yeah, it kind of tells me that it is time to slow down, to take a breath, to not rush or try to rush past this situation, but also to not to try and escape a conflict. And this feels more like an internal conflict than an outside one. If there is a conflict like outside of you, I feel like that's, I don't know. I don't read about that kind of thing. If someone's trying to fight you, don't take advice from me. Go learn some martial arts or something. But this feels more like an internal conflict. It feels like there is a version of you that is trying to hold on for dear life, and there's a version of you that's trying to be born at the same time. And it is up to you to decide to mediate that conversation between the two versions of you, so that you can come to a conclusion that involves the best of both worlds. I don't know if that makes sense. It's kind of like, imagine your past self is one person and your future self is another person. and they are getting a divorce, and you are the judge in between. You're trying to like negotiate, what do we take from this person and give to this person? What do we take from this person and give to this person? Do we collaborate? Do we go our separate ways completely? Do we have a clean break? Do we have assets that we need to split? Do we, whatever. The point is that it almost feels like you are mediating a conflict. And instead of wanting to do that, you kind of want to just run away and get out of the way. And you're very much being called to, again, stay grounded, slow down, stay in the present moment, go inwards, and really see this conflict through. That's your job right now, is to make sure that everything that needs to be squared away is done so consciously, rather than allowing your subconscious to keep repeating old patterns, if that makes sense. Okay, so let's take a look at an affirmation that you can keep with you. See, what did I say? Turtle spirit, slow and steady wins the race. What did I tell you about slowing down? That's wild. Slow and steady wins the race. So the reason I drew one of these cards for each pile is because these are short and snappy, and you can tell yourself it constantly when the chaos gets bad. So whenever things feel a little crazy, a little, you can't control it, always say this to yourself: slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Let's go ahead and read this from the book, because there's always something powerful in these messages, and they always resonate so powerfully. So, Turtle Spirit, slow and steady wins the race. Turtle Spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing, your prosperity and love will grow exponentially. Now is not the time to rush around trying to force matters. Move slowly, perhaps even so slowly that it almost feels as if you're not moving at all. This may be a time to crawl before walking, taking your time to align to Turtle Spirit's place as you contemplate this route, you are on, doing what you need to do in the small moment that will soon pass. True love and true success comes with patience, says Turtle Spirit. Focus on the now, and the next step will be clear. Yep, that's what we've been talking about. I love this deck, dude. Like, it always resonates so perfectly. But yes, anytime it feels like it's getting a little crazy in your mind, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. No question about it. And finally, let's take a look at some advice. So we have loosen your grip, coping mechanisms, density, addiction, let God in. Now, it doesn't matter if you believe in a God, in a deity, or any of that. Whatever you consider to be a godly essence. I'll leave this here under this so we can see both these messages. There we go. Loosen your grip. Yeah, definitely. Like, it feels like you're really being asked to let go and trust that the universe will make sure you land on your feet. Because right now is not the time to make big decisions out of fear. Okay? It feels like you may not be the person yet who can make these choices. So say now if it's about leaving a job, leaving a relationship, or getting out of a situation, or stepping into a job, stepping into a relationship, being in a new situation, whatever it is, it feels like if you are rushing, it's only because there's a fear of not being quick enough, not being good enough, whatever the fear is. But right now, you haven't evolved into the person that would be capable of making these wise decisions. So right now is a time to process and learn. And then eventually you will know exactly when the time is to make a choice, to make a change. But right now it is just time to stay focused, let go as much as you can, and then let go some more. And allow your subconscious to tell you what it needs, to tell you what's going on, and listen with an open mind to what's going on. Because that way you can just, let go of everything that you've been carrying that doesn't serve you anymore. And in doing that, birth the new version of you. Okay, so that's your reading for today, pile one. Very interesting. It feels like you're on the cusp of something pretty big. So, wow, that's amazing. I know it doesn't feel amazing right now, but trust me, it is. But yeah, pile one, that's all I have for you. So thank you guys so much for being here and letting me do this reading for you and sharing your time and energy with me. I truly hope it helped. I hope it brought you some clarity. And if it did, then please do let me know by giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. If you like what I do, would like to support the work, please feel free to leave me a tip on PayPal. I have a link to that in my video description. And if you like a private reading, reach out to me via email. That's in the description as well. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for letting me read for you. I hope it helped. Stick around to the outro for another reading on my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hey pile 2, welcome. So if you guys chose the opalite moon, then this is your reading all about the chaos that surrounds you, why it's here, what's going on, and some clarity. So as always, I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards, and I should say while I was shuffling them, the cards were very slow to come out at first, and then they were like really quick. So whatever's happened or whatever's going on, it feels like it may have started off fairly slow and then just quickly picked up speed. So with that in mind, I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards. These cards here will tell us all about what's going on and why this is happening. This card here will give us a lesson that is to be learned through all of this. These cards will tell us all about your best next steps, okay? And then here we'll look at an affirmation that you can repeat to yourself when things feel a little crazy. We'll read this from the book. And then finally, we'll take a look at some advice for you. So let's just dive in. What's going on? We have the Knight of Coins in reverse, and that's clarified by the Hermit. Okay, the Knight of Coins in reverse clarified by the Hermit. Something's going on in your life that is kind of making you feel like you could throw caution to the wind, like you don't really want to think about consequences and practicality and criticism and any of that. You don't even want to pay attention to any of it. You just want to dive in head first. But what's interesting is this Hermit card, because this feels like it's not like a naive thing. This is something that your gut's telling you to dive into. Like there's something inside you that's kind of egging you on. What is this about? It feels like something came into your life and you've dove in head first without wanting to stop. And normally there's usually like a voice in the back of your head that's like, whoa, we should probably slow down. And right now you're like, no, because my gut's telling me to just keep going. It feels like you've found a purpose of some sort and you don't want to waste any time not chasing it. Let's see, what is this about? We have the Two of Coins in reverse. Yeah. And the Nine of Wands in reverse as well. The Two of Coins in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse. It's like you feel like you're not in control of the situation. But that's fine because you feel like you're not even capable of controlling this. Like whatever. What's going on, dude? Like, huh? I have no idea what this is about. The Two of Coins upright usually talks about someone who is juggling two different coins. It's someone who may have a lot on their plate right now and they can't really handle it, but they have no choice. Whereas the Nine of Wands is someone who has these nine wands to take care of and doesn't really know if they can handle it. And both of these are in reverse. So it's like you don't really want to be constricting yourself. You don't want to like tie yourself to a box. Like something is coming, like something has happened that is kind of making you reconsider what you thought was possible, what you thought was um practical, what you thought you should expect. It's like something has blown your expectations out the water. Uh and it's like you're not even afraid of being whisked away by this thing. What is it? It feels quite money because this is a lot of earth energy. Doesn't have to. Ah, the lovers. Okay. And that's clarified by the lovers again. What the heck? Okay. I was wrong. This is not about money. This is about love. Okay, someone's come into your life that's like swept you away, but deep in your gut, it's like, yeah, this is good. This is a good thing for me to do right now. And it feels like you may, okay, that's why there's all these earth energies in reverse, except for the hermit, which is interesting. But it feels like you might be a very measured person in general. You might be extremely practical. You might be the kind of person that has to know exactly what's going to happen before you make a move, like the Knight of Coins. And you might be someone who maybe overworks, maybe takes too much responsibility on, and then you hate it, but you do it anyway because you promised you would do it. But it feels like someone has come into your life that feels like the perfect match. And it's like you probably didn't think this could happen, which is why you never went looking for it, I guess. And it's like something has brought this person to you. And it's, yeah, with the hermit. And like, do you see how in this card there's like an angel up here overlooking this, not overlooking, looking over this situation going on here? It's like it feels divinely guided. And for once in your life, you're just allowing yourself to fall. And it's almost like you're waiting for that moment of clarity where you're like, yeah, maybe this is a fantasy, maybe this is too good to be true. But then also a voice in the back of your head is like, no, it is true. It is real. Like this is good for you. This is good for us. Which is why you're simply allowing it instead of, fighting it and taking it slow. And, the lovers is Gemini energy. Gemini is all about chaos. It's about communication. It's about whirlwinds and intellectualizing everything. And it's like an immature air energy, but immature doesn't always mean stupid and reckless. It is also playful and childlike and innocent and filled with wonder, So right now, you're simply allowing yourself. It's like, I don't even. The fact that the lovers came out with two different cards is a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, Gemini season could have been significant for you. You may have like made big decisions that brought you to this person or brought this person to you. Um, but whatever it is, it feels like this is how this person, whoever this is kind of making you throw caution to the wind and just embrace whatever is in front of you and try not to let go. um, but it's also not like you're holding on for dear life. It's like you're like, oh, I'm happy. I'm just free. I'm allowing life to make me happy. I'm allowing this person to make me happy. And that may be new for you. You may not be used to giving up control like that. You may not be very good at giving up control like that, and that's okay. Um, but it's almost like there's maybe the chaos is that this is new. This is a new feeling. This may not be like a brand new connection. It could be, but it's almost like this sense of uh letting go and having that much faith in another person. That could be new. That could be something you are very not used to. And so understandably it is a little scary. But at the same time, it's like deep down you feel like you are just following your instinct and you are following the voice in your head that has never steered you wrong before. So what do we do? Right? But what's the lesson here? We have Lemuria creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Yeah, okay, okay. Okay, pal two, I see you. I see what you're going through. Um, I think the lesson here is just to dive. Do you see how all these mountains, like they are separated by all this water, and it's the kind of thing where you'd see in like teen movies. You know how teenagers like to jump off of like really high mountain tops straight into the water, or like hilltops straight into the water. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from this card right now, where it's like just allow it, just let it be, you know? And with this being the lesson of creating heaven on earth, it's happening. Um, the lesson here is definitely that this is possible for you, and not only is it possible for you, it has happened for you. Right? This joy that you feel, this excitement, this um happiness and love that you feel, that you are allowing yourself to be wrapped up in, this is good. This is actually real. This is happening for you. And it doesn't matter whether this person stays forever or, you know, whatever the outcome is of the situation. The point is, what you feel right now is the purest essence of the highest vibration of energy that we have on this planet available to us. And that is love. And it is very real. So right now, you are just being called to embrace it for all it's worth, because it is rare that someone can take you out of that control mindset, especially with all this earth energy. You might be an earth, sun, moon, rising. Um, with all this earth energy in your personality, it's kind of rare that someone can bring you out of your head and out of your shell a little bit. So you're very much being called to just embrace it, because it's beautiful. Like, it's so interesting that I'm not really getting anything about your person, because it's like it's almost not about them. Like, I'm sure a lot of your thoughts right now are about them, but this chaos in your mind, it's not even about them. It's about you finally allowing yourself to feel completely taken care of. And that's scary. That is scary. But it is important that we learn to trust these kinds of things. So let's take a look at the best next steps that you can take moving forward, though. I have an inkling of how this is going to go. We have the Ten of Cups. Okay. Okay. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. Hello? Who? What? Ten of Cups and the Eight of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups is ultimate joy, ultimate fulfillment, ultimate happiness, especially when it comes to love. Like, look, this person has a happy family. Like, if we think about this guy, he has a wife and a kid, and he has in-laws that have come to celebrate the child. There's, a rainbow of cups in the back, or like an arch of cups in the back. It's a sunny day. It's beautiful. There's roses everywhere. It's incredible. That is your next steps, is to embrace that joy, to allow yourself to feel loved like that, loved so deeply, and to revel in that fantasy of the end game. Whether it happens or not is irrelevant. Your job is simply to love it. Okay? And with the Eight of Cups in reverse as well, like, this feels like this is a situation you are not to walk away from, at least right now. Like, don't convince yourself to leave it because it's so good, or to walk away because it feels too good to be true. Okay, because the Eight of Cups upright is someone who has built a stack of 8 cups and just isn't sure about it, and so they just leave it and walk away. So to have that in reverse under the 10, yeah, you might be a kind of person who leaves very often, and it's because you're not sure whether you can trust what's going on, or whether you can allow yourself to believe that things could be this good. And it may come from years and years of experience with, pain, with people pretending to be someone and then turning out to be someone else. People do weird things these days, and historically. But anyway, it's this situation, this relationship that you're in right now, it really does have the potential to go all the way. It really, truly does. And so the advice here is to just not allow yourself to convince yourself that this is not good just because it feels so good. Okay? Then we have the Three of Coins in reverse. And that's clarified by the King of Cups. Yeah, see? Okay, the other piece of advice, and this is very, very niche, but I tend to do this a lot, so I'm telling you now. Do not see this person as a sort of transactional connection. What that means is, don't feel like you have to split hairs about, who did what for whom, and then did the other person reciprocate, and, is there a perfect balance? Did I give to you exactly the amount you gave to me? And did I say the exact right number of words that you said to me? Like, things like that. Like, it can be really easy in this day and age to feel like every connection is built on expectations. But it truly does feel like this person here is generous with their love, is generous with their kindness, is generous with their affection. And so with the Three of Coins in reverse, this card is all about collaborations, right? It's about working with other people in a strictly professional sense, right? So to have that in reverse clarified by the King of Cups, it feels like you may have a history of dealing with people who did treat their relationship with you as transactional. It's like, if I do this for you, you must do this for me. Whereas the reason it feels scary with this person is because they are not like this. And in fact, they would be offended if you suggested something like this, right? Because with the King of Cups here, this king, he has everything. He has everything. And not only does he have everything, he doesn't hoard it for himself, right? See how his cup is like wide open? And there's so much like water around him, and he doesn't build a dam. He's like, take it, it's free. It's love. It is infinite. So if you're the kind of person who is used to purely transactional relationships, this might feel a little triggering. This might feel very scary. because you're not used to generosity and kindness like that. And believe me, it is terrifying. And it's kind of hard to trust that this is real and that there is no other shoe that will drop. So the advice here is to maybe heal that aspect of you that expects every connection to be so transactional, because that may be what this person is here to teach you, among other things, I'm sure, but that may be a big one, where it's like generosity doesn't always have to be reciprocated. It's nice when it is, and it is nice when it's, done with ease, but like, you don't have to beat yourself to a pulp just to make someone else happy because they did something nice for you. I don't know if that's an expression, but it is now. So yeah, dude, like, this person is a gem, okay? And they want to give to you with so much, love behind what they're offering you. And it could be that you're struggling to receive, and maybe that's something to work on, is your fear of receiving, your inability to receive. That stuff is hard to work through, okay? Like, trust me. But it is something worth working through, especially if it means this person stays around, if you get to keep them and be with them and be happy together, because that's what everyone wants, right? So let's take a look at an affirmation you can repeat to yourself. Beautiful, dove spirit, be peace. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, you're very much being called to just be at peace with the situation. It's okay that nothing has gone wrong. It's okay that everything is going so beautifully. That's a good thing. Don't convince yourself otherwise. Okay, but this is number 21. What's 9 plus 10? Okay, dove spirit, be peace. With her peaceful cooing, the gentle dove spirit invites you to embrace the energy of peace and allow compassion to warm your heart. You always have the power to generate peace within you, and the appearance of dove spirit is a reminder that today and every day is a good day to meditate, to quiet any turbulence within as you embody tranquility. Above, below, and all around you, much may be happening to distract you, but you are called to engage it with the heart of a peacemaker, asking yourself, what would peace do? Can you agree to disagree? How beautiful and powerful is your compassionate heart? That's so nice. That's so beautiful. So maybe in this context and outside of it, maybe you're just being called to meditate more, to find grounding more, to find peace and love more. Because when you approach relationships from that state of mind, they really flourish, they really blossom. So that's something to keep in mind when things get a little too chaotic. Be peace, be at peace, be peace. Okay, so finally, what's some advice for you? Oh, beautiful. We the Hathors, deep love, mother's milk, birth as a portal. Okay, so as a side note, well, not a side note, but as an extra little tidbit, the reason this feels chaotic right now could be a maternal wound that you carry from an early experience from your childhood. And so this person has come in, and that might trigger some mommy wounds, And so maybe that's something to work through as well. But there is deep, deep love here. And this person might feel so deeply nourishing to your soul, so nurturing to you. And that's maybe something you're not used to. And so yeah, that could be why this feels so chaotic. But this is one of my favorite cards. It's been ages since I've come across it. Beautiful. But with this creation energy, this birth energy, it could be that okay, so one possibility, and take this if this resonates, this could be someone you end up having children with, if that's something you're into. But also it could be that this person triggers a creative streak within you. You could create something with this person down the line. um but it truly does feel like there's a joint mission here with this person, so that's always really cool. So yeah, that's your message, whoever this is. How to do not let them go because of your insecurities. Okay, like, allow them to heal you, allow them to love you, because you deserve it. All right, so that's your reading for today, pal 2. Thank you so much for being here and sharing your time and energy with me and letting me read for you. I truly, truly hope it was helpful. If you like this video, if it resonated with you, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment below how this worked for you. And if you like what I do, would like to support my work, you can always check out my PayPal tip jar in the description. Or you can book a private reading by sending me an email, and that would be super helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I truly hope this reading brought you some clarity. You can stick around to the outro for another reading on my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. Pal 3, hello. So if you guys chose the jade crystal, then this is your reading. Welcome. Before we dive in, I just wanted to quickly say, for the other two piles, I had lit a different candle. But for this one, I felt like lighting this one, which is chamomile and lavender, because it feels like you guys might be going through something anxious, like some sort of anxiety. And this, I hope, will help. I don't know, I just got that feeling. And I don't usually get that feeling with candles. So very interesting. So anyway, I've gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards. Today we're taking a look at chaos and what's going on in your life, and how we might learn something from it and how we might move on from it. So gone ahead and pre-shuffled your cards. These cards here will tell us what's going on and why this is happening. With this card here, we'll take a look at the lesson through this chaos for you. Here we'll take a look at your best next steps moving forward. This card will give us a little affirmation that you can repeat to yourself. So whenever things get crazy, you can always tell yourself this. And then finally, with this card here, we'll take a look at some advice for your situation. So without much further ado, let's dive in. What's going on for pile 3? To start, we have the Emperor in reverse. And that's clarified by the 7 of Swords. Okay. This feels like the rug was pulled out from under you very suddenly, pile 3. Like, with the Emperor in reverse, this is the energy of, well, the Emperor upright is Aries energy. This is someone who is large and in charge, who knows what they're doing and will gladly take the first step, will lead by example, that kind of energy, the firecracker energy. To have that in reverse clarified by the 7 of Swords, it feels like someone's gone behind your back to undermine your position, be it at work, be it in a friend group, in a family unit, be it online, on social media, whatever it is. It feels like someone snuck around and tried to almost throw dirt on your name. And that kind of has you feeling a little chaotic, understandably, by the way. Whoa, I hate when people do that. But it's almost kind of shaken your pride in a way. It's kind of shaken your sense of, well, for one thing, you probably never expected this person to do this kind of thing. So it's shaken up that relationship. But the other thing is, you never thought your actions could be so deeply misunderstood or so easily vilified, if that makes sense. It's like this person is painting you out to be one kind of way, and that's kind of making you fall off your standing in a group of some sort. It's like, say for instance, right, you are at work and you have a coworker that you thought was a friend, and when it came time for appraisals, this person went behind your back and made some stuff up about you, which caused you to get a poor appraisal. And maybe you missed out on like a promotion because of this. Um, it's that feeling of betrayal of like, why would you do this to me? And because of that, it's like you don't even remember who you are anymore. You don't even know who you are anymore, because this was who you were. Like this is who you are, right? So if that's taken away, what are you? Next, we have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and that's clarified by the Tower in reverse. Oh, okay. So, what's interesting is the reason this happened is because you wouldn't walk away from the situation willfully. So, say for instance, you're holding on to a toxic relationship, right? You are holding on to a partner who would go around undermining you any chance they got. Um, you were holding on to, say, a family unit that was just really difficult and tried to cut you down every chance they got. But you stayed anyway because, you loved them, you wanted to not rock the boat too much. Whatever your reasons were, it's like you may have had an opportunity in the past to walk away from the situation and you chose not to. And so now it's like the universe was like, well, there is literally no more soul growth you could have in this situation. So I'm going to throw you a curveball. Don't hate me for it, but it's not going to be fun. You had the choice to do it willfully, but you didn't. So let go or I'll make you. That's kind of, I quote the universe saying that a lot. Let go or I'll make you. Because it's like you could either do it on your own terms or I'm going to make you do it on my terms. Like that's the universe saying that to you. So, yeah, it feels like the reason this happened was because you didn't choose to walk away. You didn't choose to allow this tower to fall. You kind of dragged this on for as long as possible. I'm trying to think in the work scenario, like how could this apply? If a coworker like went behind your back, maybe you tried to maintain that relationship for a very long time with that coworker and tried to play nice and they stabbed you in the back. Maybe you were warned about this and you ignored the warnings and this is what happens. Or it could be that you've been meaning to quit this job for a long time and this is what makes you pull that trigger. Whatever the situation may be, like it feels like a betrayal on the surface, but deep down, this is the universe at play. Like this isn't this person. Well, I mean, it is this person trying to be mean, but it's not random. This is like part of your journey is to leave the situation, whatever the situation is. Okay, next we have, the Five of Swords, and that's clarified by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Okay, yeah. So, with the Five of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Five of Swords is about conflict, obviously. This is about someone coming in and um, hurting like four other people. Like they grab a sword and they kill everyone. Like it's someone who has too much power in a situation where they are mightier than everyone else. And so not only do they defeat them, they also take their weapons away. Um, and that's clarified by the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. The Wheel of Fortune upright is about luck, right? It's about things go up and down things change and shift, and you never know which way the wheel is going to land, but there is a 50-50 chance that it lands in your favor. And so most people play that gamble. To have it in reverse generally means, oh, fortune is not on your side, luck is not on your side. But more recently, I've been feeling like this card could be interpreted as free will versus the lottery. So if it's upright, it's like this lottery system of if you get lucky, you get lucky, right? Whereas in reverse, it could be telling us that you are no longer at the mercy of chance. You are no longer at the mercy of a 50-50, of not knowing which way it will go. It's like whatever this conflict is that happened, that made you feel powerless, that you convinced yourself was not in your control, whatever this is, has actually given you the gift of no longer being at the mercy of someone else's whims, of no longer being tied to luck. You can now make your own choices. You can now choose different. You can decide what to do with your life without this person trying to pull the strings, because they've shown you who they are. They've shown you their true colors. Like, this truly does feel about a betrayal. They've shown you who you are, and now you no longer have to operate under the illusion that this person, they may be awful to everyone else, but they are nice to me. Like, you don't have to operate under that illusion anymore. They have shown their truth to you clearly and succinctly. And now this conflict has now led you to believe, or led you to truly understand and embody the fact that you no longer have to let someone else control your life or control the narrative. Like, you are in charge moving forward. It's so funny because this feels so disempowering, but in truth, this is a very empowering situation for you, Pal 3. And I know it doesn't feel that way right now, but trust me, it is. So what's the lesson here? Okay, this could be a family thing. We have break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. Rewriting the future, that's what I said. It's like you're in charge now. You get to decide where the story goes next. But it could very well be like a toxic family pattern. Like, maybe someone in your family created chaos, and in the past you've let it go because it's family, and who are you to break up the family, whatever. But now it's like, no, I'm in charge now. I'm taking control of my life. I don't care what the rest of you do. This is me. And I always like to see the planets that are in the background, and here it seems like it's Jupiter. So the more you take charge, more you consciously make decisions in your life rather than just putting them off or letting someone else take that decision for you, the more you assert yourself in your own life, it feels like the more your luck will expand, because that's kind of what Jupiter does in astrology, is expansion and good luck and good fortune and wisdom. So, there's an eyelash on it. Make a wish, Pal 3. I'll blow it out for you. Go ahead. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we go. Oh, now your wish is in the universe. But anyway, yeah, it feels like you are finally taking control, and you're starting to learn that the more you take charge of your own life, the more things are going to go your way. The less you rely on other people to, do things for you, or to be kind to you, or to go out of their way to not be themselves because it's you. The less you rely on that, the more in control you are. And that is always nice. That is always powerful. So yeah, this feels like a crazy, like, disempowering situation. But in fact, it has put the iron chain. Well, no, not the iron chain. What? Okay, there's a saying about this, but it's put the reins back in your hand, is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Like, it's really giving me that Dracarys scene from Game of Thrones, if you've seen it. There's that moment where she takes charge of the Unsullied and instructs them to kill their own enslavers. And it's like that moment of power. That's like my favorite moment from the entire show. Um, it's so powerful and so intense. And like, that's the kind of vibe I'm getting here for you. Like, that's your moment. It's your Dracarys moment moving forward. So anyway, let's take a look at the best next steps for you. Okay. We have death. There we go. Clarified by justice in reverse. Okay, yeah. So one of the reasons why you might feel so betrayed, one of the reasons why you might feel so hurt is because it's unfair. It's unfair that this person gets to do whatever and there's seemingly no consequences. But your advice here is to let it die. Let it transform. Allow this situation to go away. Allow it to fall apart. Don't actively like keep poking at it, hoping for a moment of justice, hoping for a moment of fairness, because it's not coming. I'm sorry. I know you want vengeance. I know we all want vengeance for you. But your job is to get to a point where it doesn't matter whether you get revenge or not, because that's not your job. That's not your job. That's not your place. It's not for you to decide how karmic retribution comes to this person. Your job is to let go of all of this, allow it all to fall away from you, and let go of this need for justice, because at the very core of it, it is an ego-driven need. It is the need to be right and for other people to see that you were right the whole time. But it's like, do you really care about these people's opinions that can be so easily swayed against you? Are these the people you want in your life? Are these the people whose approval you seek? Trying to seek justice from that kind of person is like, what's the point? Because something else could happen and they would just switch back around and then they switch back to your side. It's petty what this person did to you. And if you go around trying to seek revenge on this, revenge on this person about this, you're just wasting your time. You are. You could be focusing that energy into transformation. With death, this is Scorpio energy versus Libra energy. Oh, that's funny because Scorpio is all about like vengeance. You might have like heavy Scorpio in your chart. But whatever the case may be, you're very much being called to let it go. I know it's hard and it's annoying because it's not fair. And I get you. I totally see where you're coming from. It's not fair. But it is also not your job to give out justice. You're not a judge. Well, if you are, I mean, hi, I guess. I don't know how the law works. But the point is, stop trying to seek revenge and take all that energy you have and turn it inwards, because that's where it is most needed. Okay, allow the situation to go through the cycle of death and rebirth. You'll come out of it a better person instead of trying to fight it. Okay, next we have the King of Wands. Beautiful. And that's clarified by Temperance. Also beautiful. Moving forward, you're very much being advised to focus on the things that light you up, the things that make you excited, that make you feel creative, passionate, powerful. that connect you with that solar plexus and sacral energy of creation, of something new, something powerful, something that feels passionate. And that's clarified by temperance, which is all about a dynamic balance where it feels like you will, when you embrace this energy instead of this one, when you embrace this energy, it's like, yeah, you'll have two cups, but you'll have so much filling those cups that you'll have to keep like moving, keep them moving in order to not spill any. It's like there's so much love and abundance and happiness coming your way that you might almost not know what to do with it all. Um, and all of that is simply because you bossed up. You embrace this energy, which in many ways, the King of Wands is this Aries energy. I think it might be. And there's a Sagittarius energy. There's lots of like fire that you are being called to embrace. And that will bring you that abundance that you want. But it is about finding balance, but balance in a dynamic sense. It doesn't have to be perfectly balanced like this justice. Oh, interesting. Because justice is all about the scales being perfectly balanced. Whereas temperance is maybe teaching us that the scales of, good and evil, they will never be perfectly still. They will never be perfectly balanced. We will tip from one side to the other. Each one of us does individually, as a group, as a collective, in society, as a species, as a universe. Like, everything will come to balance, but it doesn't mean it will come to stillness. Oh, that is powerful. So it's not that, if someone has hurt you in this way, they will be hurt in that exact way by you, it doesn't matter, because right now the water in these cups is flowing one way, and then eventually it will flow the other way as well. And your job is to be ready for when it does flow your way. Okay? So focus on that instead, because that's the important bit. All right, so let's take a look at an affirmation you can repeat to yourself. Wombat spirit, be at home. Oh, beautiful. Maybe you're being called to stay home for a bit, but let's see what this says. Be at home. This is number 68, if that means anything to you. Wombat spirit, be at home. Burrowing deep into the ground, remaining safe, sound, and well fed with family is a special trait of the wombat. Home Sweet Home is always available if you recognize that well-being is the truth of life. Wombat Spirit reminds you that to be truly at home in the world, you need to feel comfortable. Well, you need to find comfort within your skin. You do this by accepting all your experience without judgment through a deep honesty and love of life. When you feel the freedom to be yourself, you can begin to truly feel at home in your life with your family and tribe. Everything you do from this place rings true in harmony with spirit. That is so beautiful. So I think this card is really just trying to tell you to be at peace with everything that's happened. It's not your job to make sure everyone knows the truth. It's not your job to make sure that everyone understands what you went through or any of that, because it's not up to you. It's up to the universe to dole out justice, and that's what the universe is going to do. So finally, some advice. We have you are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. Part of what might be so hurtful about this is because it may have made you feel isolated. But again, the question to ask yourself is, were you ever not isolated within this group if their opinion of you can change so dramatically without really any evidence? If if one person's opinion can sway the entire crowd against you, are these people that truly made you feel like part of a community at all? because I don't think they are. So maybe it's time to step outside of this familiar circle and go make new connections, meet new people, make new allies, make new friends, because that's the kind of person that will be on your side when someone talks badly about you. Because I'll bet none of the people that this person spoke to even thought to maybe give you the benefit of the doubt, right? So always remember there is always community out there if you want to reach out beyond your familiar circle, because there are billions of people on this planet, dude. Like, you can go make friends with literally anyone these days because of the internet. So yeah, do that instead of wasting your precious time and energy trying to win back these people's opinion in your favor. Okay, pile 3. So that's your reading for today. Very interesting. If you want to share the tea with me, leave it in a comment below, because I'm kind of into it. I'm kind of into the gossip. What's going on? Who did this to you? Um, Let me know. But yeah, I hope this reading brought you some support and clarity. And if it did, please remember to like and subscribe. Comment below how this resonated with you. Spill some tea in the comments. I'm always open to that. If you like what I do and you'd like to support my work, you can always check out my PayPal tip jar. The link is in the video description. Or you can book a private reading with me by sending me an email. That's in the description as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and sharing your time and energy with me and letting me do this reading for you. I truly hope it helped and it brought you some support and clarity. You can stick around to the outro just after this for another reading on my channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!